Good. So thank you everyone for joining us today. I appreciate it on this actually sunny, pretty March day. Or I don't know if anybody has a countdown to how many more days till spring, but we're getting there. Yes, I'm just checking the chat. We're glad you're here, Monica. Just drive carefully. So every month seems like we have more to share and more to do, but we're going to get to all that. But thank you for being here. Does anybody have anything that's new and good? And I want you to know that new and good thing comes from Mastermind organization. So it happens to be March Mastermind or Mastermind March. So it is actually very relevant to bring that up, but it's what's new and good. Anybody got anything? Nothing?
I'll go with the new Givers Gain. We have a new member. We are off to a great start, and we have a new realtor, Debbie Maupin. So hot off the press.
And she jumped in full feet right in. So then you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I was telling Nancy this morning, I think it was, this afternoon, I told Nancy she should get to know her because she's very nice. So very excited. Anybody else got any new and good? I'm just thankful it's March. I hate January and February. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to wish time away, but I really don't like them. I've never liked them. So glad we're on to March and spring is right around the corner. Somebody said that we fall forward, we spring ahead this weekend. Is that right?
Yes, we do.
Too.
We do.
Yuck, yuck, yuck. I don't know. It sounds like Jasmine's excited about it. I'm not really sure about that.
I'm not. My mom keeps reminding me every day because, she wakes up early enough. So, I mean, she's like, just going to sleep in her hour earlier than normal so that she can still wake up. So
gotcha. I just always feel like the fall, I don't know. I just feel like I gain so much, but in the spring, I always, oh man, it's just hard. And I'm up pretty early. So I don't know. I give you a lot of credit. Because that is tougher for me. But anyway, okay, so we're going to keep, if you have anything, I am not looking at you. I mean, because I don't have, although I might open it up. It's hard for me to see everything when I'm, okay. But if you've got anything, let me know because I do want to know what's happening. So let's see. So I wanted to give you a scoop here real quick on TTR networking advertising we've been doing. And we have been doing, and you might not realize this, but we've been doing advertising for 6 months with what the company is called Local IQ. We have a member of our Northside networking group that is he works for the digital end. It's actually the USA Today, the Indianapolis Star, all of those. So we've been doing that. So over the last few months, I think I told you we had digital marketing. And if you saw the ad, to stay away from it. Don't like it because hopefully you've already liked us at some point, but we were trying to get new subscribers or new people, new potential prospects for our members, our networking groups. And our contract with them actually expires. I think it actually expires at the end of March, but we go through the middle of April. And only just to tell you that in the last month alone, I think the last 30 days, I won't show you the numbers because it'll probably get you confused, but we've had over almost 60,000 impressions. So that basically means that people are stopping and looking. What there was on the page was, and it's still out there, but you could literally click through to get 2 free visits to a group or to our groups. And I mean, most people that are out there looking for a networking group, or if they stumble on that, they might not know that that is pretty much standard. I mean, any of the BNIs and all those groups, you're going to get that. More than likely, you're going to get a two visit window, and But anyway, the only thing that we have found is that seems to be the struggle. We spent probably a month and a half at the beginning. That's why, if it makes sense to you, our contract expires at the end of March, but we're actually getting through the end of April, because for the first month, we were just trying to put together a marketing campaign. We really didn't know. So that's why, Nicole, I don't know if I shared that with you, but that's why we're getting basically the extra month.
Yay.
So, yeah,
We'll take it.
So, and you and I have been, on calls, and Linda Lewis, who's with the Cash Overlooked, has been helping us on all this. But part of that was when we did the survey back in the fall and found out all these things about networking groups. And we found out a lot of stuff about TTR that was very educational. But I guess what I would say for the local IQ experience, our contact, Nick Pistol, who he's got a Greek last name. His family is here in Indianapolis, but he moved and he's in Wisconsin. Now he's in Chicago, but he has all these connections locally. So he joined our group, and he's been very good about, we've had a monthly meeting, but what we decided, or what we figured out, I guess, through all of this, is that people are not necessarily looking for a networking group that way. I think they look to you guys, they look to all of us to make warm introductions and connect them in. I don't know that they go out and they find an ad on the internet, on Facebook, or I think, Nicole, you saw it on Instagram, somebody else saw it somewhere else, which is very exciting, but I don't know that people click on that. What we did find was there was a lot of impressions on there, but there was also a lot of Google searches for us. And there was another way that they can get there. So if somebody were to look at our advertising, they might say ttrnetworking.com, just take a shot in the dark. And that's not considered a Google search. That's something else. But we did have a very high number of all three of those. So the ad was bringing them to us. I don't know if that all makes sense, but we do believe, from the numbers, we are not going to continue the advertising after the end of April. We're going to take a break, but what we are going to do is we're going to try to do a lot more internally. And I even got the word from our local IQ guy, Nick. He said that you can do a lot of the same stuff with the Facebook suite of, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You can do a boosted post, you can do all these other things. So we're going to be exploring that, but we're also going to be asking you guys to help us a little bit on that. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I think if we can share it with our members that we had, you don't even have to tell them about the advertising we did, but Nicole's got some other things we talked about earlier, and I asked her if she could say a few words about it. Does that make sense, Nicole? Did I lead into
Yeah, I was going to say that the takeaways is that in just 1 month, almost 60,000 people, unique visitors, visited our sites. So but it's the TTR page. If y'all haven't liked the page yet, I would say like that page. If you have got any posts that you share, get those shared on the Facebook. I think they also did LinkedIn. I haven't personally seen it on LinkedIn, but just by liking them, and sharing things, how people comment on the posts and stuff, there's interaction, but it's just exciting because that's 59,000 times people saw TTR networking, even, just the logo, just like the name recognition. So with the brand. So yeah, I was going to say, check on that.
Yeah, and I've talked to Linda, and if you have not talked to Linda, please talk to Linda, because you get a free roadmap, profit acceleration roadmap, just being TTR member. She's a member of the building beyond Monica's group. But I would just say that we accomplished a lot with what we did. But I think for me, I figured that, you know, this just goes to show that it really is that who do you know kind of thing, that connection thing. Because I don't think people are looking, they're not necessarily getting that warm, fuzzy feeling from an ad about us. They're getting it if we can share it with them. And so like Nicole is posting continually on our Facebook and we are now, and I'm going to tell you a few things about Referral Runway here in a minute, but there's so many things that we can do and we can share. And I know Nicole has started, when there's a new member, Nicole reaches out to them after I've talked to them, after I've done a few other things, and then we have a Zoom, and then Nicole follows up, and we're trying to get everybody to kind of get on we're not making them drink any Kool-Aid or anything, but we're all trying to get on the same train, same train, just basically saying we have, at any one point, we have somewhere between 90 and 100 people that are involved in our network. And it's, if we could get everybody just on the same page a little bit as far as promoting it. Now, I do get a lot of people that reach out to me and say, I had somebody tell me I needed to talk to you, so you guys are doing it. I don't want you to think I'm not appreciating. We're not, it's happening, but it is not instantaneous. So yes, we spent money on the local IQ, but it was a really good experience. We've got a lot of marketing things, but just for brand marketing, it's a very expensive way to do it. So we're not going to do that. We're going to try some other things. The other system I have listed there is the top level. And I think it's top level something, but Linda and I are using it, and it is how I'm sending out emails and stuff right now. So I just sent out an email. You should all have gotten it, but it's all the events we're doing, which they're listed here in a minute. But I'll tell you, we have a lot of stuff coming up in March. So I am trying, and even though I know some of you may say, I get too many emails, well, then unsubscribe from us. But I would just, I am trying to get more people
Hello.
for our event.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, there we go.
So,
Jasmine, we're going to have to mute Jasmine. Where's Jasmine? Did she mute? Okay, good. She did. All right. So anyway, just whatever you can do to help us. But the top level is the other system that I am using right now. I know I've talked to a number of you guys, or I know some of you know that not only was I learning Referral Runway, but we've also been top level, and then the local IQ, which really is much more above my head than, oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff about local IQ that I still don't get. But anyway, so then Nicole talked about a Referral Runway. I just wanted to let you know we're doing pretty well. We have literally, and you guys are probably all going to shake your heads and say, how can that even be? We started this in November, I think the beginning of November. We tried to do it for October, but it didn't work. But we still have 1 or 2 people that are not even on Referral Runway. Now, one of them, they both come from the same group. One of them is paid through, I think, the summer. So I don't think to him it's a big deal. The other gentleman is behind about 6 months. He's always been behind, always. And I don't know how he gets any kind of referrals at all. I don't get it whatsoever. I'm trying to work with that group to figure out what we can do. But there is so much in Referral Runway that I am going to quit sharing. I'm going to find it. Oh, there's Erica. And I am going to see if I can bring up, because earlier I had it up and now I'm not sure if I do. Nicole, hold on just a second, everybody. Nope, that's the wrong one. If I can't find it, I'll find it and we'll bring it up in a little bit. But Yeah, I think I don't have it. Oh, wait, no, I do have it. All right, can you, I'm gonna share it now. I found it, I think. Okay, so can you all see this? This is referral
Yes.
runway. And there's some of this that you don't see because you're just not, that you're not, but you're not part of the admin. I get the admin information. This is our media library. So if you go in, actually, I guess somebody who's not part of the admin, I guess you can still see all of these documents. You just can't add them, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, but we have everything in here. So, I mean, and I'm adding more and more and more. We're talking about Mastermind March. So I've got some Mastermind stuff in here. I've got accountability stuff, that's April. Moons ago, Dawn shared this true success begins when you give back. And it's an article that I immediately grabbed and saved, and I send it to everybody. Every new member, when they're looking at it, I feel like it says, here's our bylaws. I've got some information I put in here in the middle or so of January that's got an agenda. It's got different things in here, but these things are all in there. And if you want something in here, just ask me if you don't, or Nicole. I think it might just be the two of us and Tony, maybe, I'm not sure. Diana, I think too, but Diana probably is not gonna have people sending that to her. But so that is like a very big deal that we can add that. I don't know if, can you all see that now, Nicole,
Yes.
or no?
The
Okay.
calendar.
Yes.
Yes.
So the calendar, I right now have everything through March, I believe. You guys cannot add that, and I don't know that that will ever be, wait, that's not it. Let me see here. Okay. So here is the calendar, but so we have a lot of stuff coming up in March. So we actually have the Success Connect Mastermind is every Wednesday. We have our leadership meeting right here. And I even posted in here the link to it, and it works. I don't know how it does that, but most of the time you have to take the link out and just put it in a new browser and it'll get there. But like next Wednesday is TTR Cares. And Dawn, do you want to say a few words about that? We're kind of jumping ahead, but do you want to do that?
I just hope to see everybody there who can make it. It'll be later in the evening, 7 p.m. Zoom call start. It will be recorded for those who aren't able to attend. And our discussion is going to be about I Am My Brother's Keeper. And it's a way for us to learn about being compassionate and finding out what people's needs are, even through these struggling times of COVID, when people have become very distant and kind of protective about what's going on with them. Just a way to stay connected and to continue to care and extend our hearts to those in need. So again, I hope to see everybody there. And if you can't be there on the Zoom call, I hope that you view the recording.
Yeah, and thank you, Dawn. And we're going to have you talk again in a minute because I know I'd asked you to talk about this for a minute. But while we're on the calendar, so there's Dawn's event, which I don't know if you were on any of the TTR Cares last year when Dawn did it. I was just like, every time I thought she can't surprise me, she does something else. That was just phenomenal. And I do miss them. The one that I think about, and there's so many others that she did, but Dawn, seriously, the one that you did was spring cleaning, I think. Wasn't it spring cleaning last year about this time? And you talked, it was everything from, we had a girl in her group that literally did physical spring cleaning, But then she also had, did Catherine talk about like
Yeah.
spiritual?
Your mental and emotional spring
Yeah.
cleaning. Yeah.
And that was just like, I mean, it was, and I remember after that saying, and Clifton was on there,
Mhm.
which was, but it was just like, who would have thought of that? I mean, Dawn, you're a genius. That was wonderful. That really was wonderful. So I am just glad. And now we're doing it quarterly, correct?
Can we not? Can we end this? Why? Boo-boo.
So quarterly is going to really be great. Because I don't know how you did it every month anyway. I just
You got a lot of cash in here.
kind of was like, I can't believe she's doing that. Hold on, everybody. I'm muting. Okay. So, all right. So that was great. Thank you, Dawn. And then Tim, are you on here? Is he there? Did he disappear?
I sure am.
Okay, can you say something about your visitor day? Because it's literally 2 weeks from
2 weeks
tomorrow.
from tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
We have a visitor day on I guess that's the 23rd, 8 to 9 o'clock. And what I've been doing a lot of research on, I'm friends with this guy named Craig Wortman,
Okay.
who is a seller entrepreneur and is a professor at the Kellogg School of Business at Northwestern. And he's also on faculty at Chicago Booth. So this guy is good, and it's all about stories.
Okay.
I've got a house full of guests and a dog, so I apologize.
Sorry.
Stories. People
Okay.
do not listen to facts. If you think about if somebody tells you a fact, probably the first thing you do is think about how to rebut that with other
Right.
facts. But if you've got a story about your business, who you changed, who you helped, people love stories. If you think about a lot of cultures, including ours, oral tradition is really important. Stories matter. Your stories have to be true. You can't make up stories, it's not fiction. But think about selling yourself and what you do with stories. And then I'm trying to learn and understand, you don't just, everything you talk about is a story. There are 4 or 5 different kinds of stories and understanding where they go. So in that, there's a gentleman who really teaches about story selling. His name is Brendan Preston. He's a business owner, entrepreneur, and tells stories. So that's what our visitor day is going to be about on the 23rd. Please come by, invite other people. I think you'll really enjoy it. I've got some good handouts. He just sent, a good kind of a workbook about it. Why stories. Happy to share that with you, with anybody ahead of time.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. So if you can, that's cool. That's really cool. Glad to hear that. If you can see, I don't know if you guys can see because I get confused, but if you click on the calendar, the thing that is the event, that's why I had Tim talk about it, because on the 23rd, our calendar, you click on it, it brings it up. If you look at this, if I were to click on this, for some reason, there's a glitch. So what you have to do is you have to take the whole thing and put it in a browser and then do it. But I was just happy to get it into the calendar because I was frustrated that it wouldn't, but I didn't put anything else. If you go, when you go to Eventbrite to sign up, then that will talk about Brendan Preston, right? That's his name, Brendan. And tell you a little bit more about that. And then obviously attend the 8 a.m. Zoom on Wednesday, the 23rd, and you'll learn more. But that's great, Kim. I'm glad. And, you know, any of our groups certainly can do a visitor day if you want to do that. So just let me know, because the more we can get it out there, the sooner we can get it out there, the better. As far as other visitor days, our North Side group's going to have one in May. So, I mean, we really are getting it out there. And I think it's May 18th. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But as far as March goes, we have Larry Levine, who, now that we're in here talking about the calendar, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I put our author and speaker, Larry Levine, was selling from, and then I didn't put the rest of it. Sorry, guys. But it is in there. There is a link, but as you see, for some reason, you're going to have to do the whole thing. I know they're working on that, but those are the things. If you want more, if you want events put in here, please send them to me or send them to Nicole and she'll get them to me or whatever, and we'll get them in here. But that is one of the benefits. Now, when you guys are in your own account or whatever, the calendar is up here, correct, Nicole? That's where it is, I think.
Yeah.
So, and right now I don't have anything for April, but that we'll start doing that soon. But if you've got dates that are coming up, please let me know. I do want to, before we leave Referral Runway, I did ask Dawn yesterday, or Sunday, we had an executive board, and I was asking Dawn if she could share just a minute of why she really loves Referral Runway, I guess. So Dawn, did you have that thought? I did ask you about it, right?
You did.
Okay.
No problem. I know, particularly in my group, we've really tried to embrace Referral Runway. And although some members have identified, you know, there's some duplication of the functionality with our website and other things, that it's really a great resource. So when you think about duplication of efforts, you generally mean that someone has done something unnecessarily because it's already been done before. But, you know, right now in our month of March mastermind, we're thinking about, you know, expanding our horizons and our perspectives. So we really, this is a great time to take a good look at what's out there with Referral Runway, what it can do. So previously, you know, on our website, we all had our little bios and what group that we're connected with. And likewise, that's duplicated in Referral Runway. But the great thing about it over here is that our bios turn into an easily shareable business card. So someone doesn't have to necessarily, you know, go to the website, look at your information, try to recite, you know, regurgitate some of the same stuff that you've already shared when they're trying to give you a referral. It's as easy as, you know, a couple of clicks to capture someone's business card and share it. It makes referring that much easier. And then recording the referral, although we're quite used to giving, you know, verbal referrals or filling out the piece of paper copies with our members, here it's electronic, it's stored, it's there for us to reference back to. It's there, there's an email reminder that goes out to the person that you're referring to let them know. You know, there's room for notes and follow-up. And even when we're talking to new prospective members, it gives us, it's a great opportunity for, you know, the group stats to be collected. And you might, it's a good beginning point for conversation about the effectiveness of our referral process overall. It might not be all inclusive because everybody's not populating it with every piece of referral, but it gives individuals a really good idea of how the referrals happen, how often, I'm sure that there's some really good stories that come to mind as we're looking at the data there. That's very useful. I just sent a reminder out today via the notes section of Referral Runway about the TTR Cares event for next week. So you might see it on Facebook. It shows up on the calendar. But again, I have another opportunity to touch base with members and say, hey, if you haven't registered yet, this is going on. So please be aware. And it's good to kind of encourage your members to at least touch base with Referral Runway once a week, whether it's before the meeting, after the meeting, maybe on the weekends, that they make that routine of going in, visiting different profiles, seeing who's out there. It's a great way to get to know some people better, even in different groups that you might not be talking to those individuals on a weekly basis, but maybe you ought to be talking to them. Maybe the information in their bio gives you some motivation to reach out and do a one-on-one with somebody that you don't know that well, but you've got something in common with, or something that you can share that will be mutually beneficial for the two of you. I have used it not as actively as of late because I was really busy with my busy season, but I use it to put my meeting notes, at the attendance of my meeting, our Zoom call recordings, and I put that out there for members who may have missed the meeting, that they can always go to Referral Runway and look at the meeting recording, look who was there. If I had visitors to Collaborating Connections, I can put the details out there. And it's a good way for group leaders to share who has been visiting and who we can recommend to, you've had a taste of this meeting and this type of agenda, but if your industry is not represented in some other groups, recommending that they go visit those groups as well. So there's just a lot of opportunity out there in Referral Runway. And I really hope that the leaders and members of TTR overall kind of embrace it, get used to using it, jump in it more often. And of course, the more that you use it, the more familiar you become, and you recognize all the wonderful little golden nuggets that are available. That's it. That's all I got.
That's great. But does everybody see Dawn's digital business card here?
Yes.
Okay, so what I usually do is if I'm connecting Dawn, or if I'm introducing, which everybody that is visiting right now or even interested, I am going back to these and I am clicking on share, and then it tells me it's copied, and then I can go and what's the word, insert that or put that in an email. And some of you as leaders have seen that happen where I've been like, okay, here's her digital business card. This is, I've had a few of our leaders, unfortunately, that I don't want to share it because there's nothing there. So please, as a leader, go in and do it. I'm telling you, it's really, you don't have to, take it, copy and paste it from somewhere else. I don't care, but make it as robust as you can, because this is what I'm sending out to people. And when somebody joins, we just had a new member of the Giver's Gain this morning. I go and I send her, and hers is good. I just send her a link to hers so she would be able to see what it looks like. I don't even know if she knows what it looks like. But we just need to keep doing this. We were talking in the executive board the other day about what we could do to get everybody in here. Because I don't understand how people cannot be in here, because it really truly is so easy once you do it. Even our groups that meet in person and they're not about the virtual world, the majority, except for these two members, are all on the Referral Runway. And there's so much that's coming. And I think you got to understand, if we come up with questions or thoughts, we can take it to Tony, and we can have Tony come back and do more, because every time I reach out to him, It's like no problem at all. He's on it, ready to do it. And he responds very quickly. And I see I have a couple messages, so I don't know if somebody's left me a message today or not. But anyway, and I will just throw this out again. These pages, if you can see this, this is a banner ad on these pages, and they're only on certain pages. I just put mine there to show everybody what it could be. What we would ultimately like to do is to see if we could find some, Tony had said like one of their groups has, or one of, yeah, I guess one of their organizations that uses Referral Runway has gotten like a car dealer or somebody like that, a restaurant or something like that, that maybe would not join. I would not, let's just use Dawn, I would not allow a travel agent to put their ad, because we have travel agents. Okay, so we're looking for somebody who's outside of what we're doing, if that makes sense. Used to be way back in networking days when I started, there were car dealers that would be in these networking groups, or there would be, there's some industries that have kind of faded out of these networking groups. But anyway, if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. If you are clicking around here in Referral Runway, you might find that I have a couple of mine. And it's not too, I mean, it's just, you know, we're thinking like $30 a month is all we're talking. But that would be exposure to almost 100 people. And if we can get more people in here and using it on a regular basis, I will feel very confident in putting that out. But anyway, does anybody have any questions on that? I know I'm just kind of throwing it out there, but I did want to talk about it. Anybody, any thoughts? Okay, we got a lot of people on here. I know you're listening, so that's good. Oh, and Angie with an I, Angie, are you there?
Yes.
What would you say about Referral Runway? You guys have actually sent some referrals through that. Do you have anything to say about it?
Not anything with some education. I still need to play with it more.
But no, but your group does it. Dawn, I mean, I put down in my notes to, if you were on, I was going to just ask you if you could say something about it, because I've gotten 2 referrals through your group on Referral Runway. So you're talking.
We're trying. We're trying. Yeah. We're trying. It's really hard to like remember to do that when, you know, we spent since a little bit of before pre-COVID having the conversations of what we call our handoff, right? So group text or group email to hand the client off. So it's really hard to like change our ways, right? After we spend all the time to do that, but we're trying.
Yeah. Well, and all I can say is keep trying and keep telling people to go back and try to use it. And if we need to, you know, we could have Tony jump on and answer any calls or not calls, any questions, and you can always reach him through the help desk. So I think anybody who sent him messages would agree. He's very prompt. I've never had him not be. So, you know, if you find that that's not the case, please let me know, but he's wonderful. So thank you, Angie. I just wanted to, now we're going to really quickly, I don't want to run out of time, but I think that's really important. So thank you for that, everybody. Sure. The leadership stuff that I have on my, I don't know where we are now, because I've gone too many places here. Stop share and then screen share. We're going back. Okay, so really quick, I just wanted you to know that in Referral Runway are a lot of those things. So if you need an agenda for your meetings, there's a basic on the one thing that talks about leadership stuff. It's basically what you do in a meeting, your agenda, monthly themes. We've got mastermind right now. And I'll tell you, if you need something to fill some time, not to say that you need to fill time, but if you have some, mastermind has a really interesting history. And I got a lot of information I would be happy to share with your group. So let me know. And it usually gets people talking. the really good thing about what we're doing in our networking groups in general is we are masterminding almost every meeting. So it's not like it's like, oh, we're now going to start masterminding. It's more talking about what is a mastermind, where did it come from, and how can we do better? So, let me know. I'll be happy to share that. If you've got questions, let me know. Really, really quickly, Angie with an IE, Angie McHale, did anybody do the culture index? I just wanted to check. Is she there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think only you and Nicole. I feel like Kim Williams.
Okay, so I would can we still get more people to do it and still have it analyzed?
Yeah, there's no deadline or anything.
Okay.
Just if they do it, have them put TTR Networking as their company name.
Okay.
So I can search quickly and bring them up. And when we have, enough people that, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
He's only going to take like 20-25 minutes to come on and read everybody's survey if they want.
Right.
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Well, and I will tell you, so Angie, can you in a minute or two, can you give a nutshell what it is? Because I know not everybody was on last month, and then I tried to communicate it, but I don't think I did a great job.
Yeah, it's Culture Index is an assessment tool. Sorry, I'm getting lambasted with all kinds of messaging and things going on while we're having our meeting. It's, if you think of Myers-Briggs and DISC, it's similar. It's used for kind of the same thing, but it's kind of the Mercedes of the industry. It's more accurate than any of those out there. And it really just points out different characteristics of how each person is built. And it helps small business owners with their employees and with their executive team to make sure that they're putting the right people in the right seats. Because productivity, of course, but also those people, if they are put in a position that doesn't really fit how they're built, they're going to be miserable, and that business owner is going to experience turnover, which is very expensive. So that's what he's a consultant to these small business owners. And it's a software system. It's a really quick assessment. It doesn't, some of the assessments are like, one of them's like 75 questions or something. This takes about 8 minutes to fill out. It's very quick and it's super accurate. And the CEO who actually created this actually worked for a competitor that was the top in the industry for about 30 years. And it always bugged him that they couldn't be more accurate. And so he spent 5 years developing this tool. And for our purposes, it's just very interesting to find out kind of, I don't know what, it even goes down to how do you like to be incentivized? We all think, when you think about offering things to your customers, all consumers come from a very different mindset, and recognizing that we're all built differently, and it can help you grow knowing how you're built and the things that maybe you're not really well suited for. Well, how do you combat that, or how do you counteract that with other things? If you're a business owner that has employees, it can help point out the things that you could be doing better, but it's not in your wheelhouse, and let's hire somebody to do those things so that you can be more successful in your business. So a lot of different things can come from it. That's what my husband does for one of the things he does for a living.
It was very cool because we did it in the Jumpstart group, which is now combined with the Success Connect mastermind group. But it was really cool because he knew everything that he said about me. And it was like, wait a minute.
The interesting part for Jennifer's was that, so you're gonna take, essentially you're going to answer some questions, and then you're going to answer the same questions from a different frame of mind, which is your job, your current role. So those can change. The way you're built, it hasn't changed since you were 12 years old, but the role that you're currently occupying. And he pointed out that Jennifer's doing some things that she hasn't been doing in a while. Like this is something kind of new. And we all know that she's been developing TTR in a different way than she has even in the last 9 years of it being around. And he can tell that from some dots on a graph. It's
pretty creepy, actually.
Yeah.
No, it was really what I guess all of us probably, well, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, but I remember when I was taking the survey, I'm like, I wonder if I'm answering these correctly. You know what I mean? You're thinking, am I saying, is there a right answer? Is there a wrong answer? And then when he told me what he saw, it was like, oh, this is awesome. That he really did get it. And I guess I answered it correctly. So anyway, Angie, can you do me a favor? Can you send me the email link and then I'll send it out, because we did it in the chat last time. And I just want to make sure that, that everybody gets it, and that it's just one of those things. If you take it, we will find time where Patrick can come and it might be a month or two out, but at least I think you'll be blown away. And you might know somebody or an organization that would want to take advantage of getting this done. So that would help Patrick, wouldn't it? There is money to be made for his company if they would do that, right?
For sure. Yes. If you know once you see how it works, if you know of any business owners that have employees that are hiring, that's usually a really good time to use it.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, and he's willing to sit down and meet with anybody and kind of go through what it does. You want me to email you the link again, Jennifer?
Yes, please do that. So I'll have it fresh, and then I'll send it with the the email that I send out as a follow-up to this. And I just want to quickly thank you, Angie. That's wonderful. I was hoping you'd be on. This is Mastermind March. I put green because it's spring, people, almost. And so we've got a lot of things that are kind of blossoming or blooming in TTR world. And one of them is our Success Connect Mastermind that did launch last Wednesday. And I want to say thank you to Angie McHale. Her name has come up a few times. Nicole Williams and Linda Lewis, who's not on the call, but they are my success team that's part of the mastermind. And if you want to visit us, we are now talking about what is this morning somebody said, so you're learning about what a mastermind is. Well, yes, we have to get people into what a mastermind is, but we're going to dig into some stuff. I'm success principles. The success principles are Jack Canfield. There's 68 of them. We're talking about that, and we're interlaying it with relationship marketing that comes from the relationship marketing world, the human connection, all that stuff. But right now, we're just kind of getting our feet on the ground. But we meet at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. That is every Wednesday. And there are still seats open. Now, we had a few free webinars that we did prior to it. I am willing to give somebody one free visit if they would like to check us out and just see what it's like, and see if they get anything out of it. But that is on Wednesdays. I will be sending out we've got homework, and we're doing some it's going to be a continual thing. Next week is the third Wednesday of every month. Linda Lewis, who is with Cash Overlooked, and she's one of our members, she's going to be presenting. So she'll be doing that every month. There is a link. I am not sharing that just with anybody. Okay, couple other things. Givers Gain Networking Group is Thursday mornings at what time, ladies?
9 a.m.
9 a.m. and they meet on Zoom.
Yep.
And they just got their realtor. They've got their, what else, Jasmine? Anything else?
We've got realtor, insurance. We've got the wonderful Nicole who's helping me out, which is like a blessing. You don't know how much she does. She does so much. She keeps me on track. We have, I think, are we having the others? Like, I know, oh my gosh, names just went out of my brain. I'm having brain fog. Nicole, help me out here.
Yes, what other, what others? Well,
you do have, I know Jim has moved over there.
Yeah.
So Jim, is that what you're asking? And then
Yeah.
I believe that Roy is good
Yes.
with that because of, yes. So you've got, I said you have finance and property and casualty. I don't think anybody does what Jim does. So,
Right.
And then, well, right now you're just inviting, right? So if anybody on the call would like to, if you have a team member or something that you'd like to extend an invitation, these two ladies, I'm sure would be happy to get you that information. And really it was because our Thursday morning group decided they decided one group wanted to do one thing and the other wanted to do other. So we split it into two groups, and it's kind of exciting because it's a new energy and it's a new group for TTR. And Jasmine was ready to go, and like she said, Nicole kind of stepped in to help her, and it's exciting. So if you've got anybody, now I just want to make sure everybody knows we are working. Larry Levine, Selling from the Heart, is going to talk to us on Wednesday, March 30th at 4 p.m. We are not having a TTR Presents this month because he's basically our TTR Presents. And our Success Connect Mastermind is actually, that's their time slot, but he's going to present. So if you have, now all of these dates are in the email I sent, all the Eventbrite links and everything. So, but if you would like to join us, we'd love to have you. It'll be an hour. Sellingfromtheheart.net. And I believe just recently he got some kind of an award. His book, Selling from the Heart, got some kind of big sales recognition. And I was looking all over today trying to find it and I couldn't find it. But those of you that have been to his event, because we've had him twice since the pandemic started. He's a great presenter, and I just asked him because I'm in his mastermind, which is the insiders group for the Selling from the Heart. I asked him if he could present on masterminding and why anybody does it. And so he's going to do that. So if you do not, I know Nicole's been posting the heck out of all of this all over, so you should be able to find it. And we already had our lovely Dawn talk about TTR Cares and I Am My Brother's Keeper. And that is a week from tomorrow night at 7 on Zoom. And you know what, actually, Dawn, I am looking forward to that, really, because I mean, I said it earlier and it sounds kind of hokey, but I really, truly have missed them. So thank you for launching those, and we will hopefully keep them on a quarterly basis. And we know your schedule is very busy, but it is out on Eventbrite. And if you go out to Eventbrite and you can subscribe to TTR networking events. So when it pops up, right, it just pops up.
It's nice, right into your email.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool if you can do that. But you can also check our website. Am I missing anything?
The quarterly speed networking.
I'm going to do that. Yep. So the quarterly speed networking, unfortunately, it got broken up on 2 pages here. Let's see here. So quarterly speed networking is a week. No. Yeah, no, it's 2 weeks from yesterday. Sorry. So that's coming up. Oh my gosh, I got to get serious about that. Okay. We have it on there. We did it a couple times last year. Of course, before pandemic, we did it every quarter, and then it got a little tricky to do it, but we have gotten them back up because Dawn wanted them, and here they are. So it's a week from, it's 2 weeks from yesterday. So the 21st, Monday, it goes from noon to 1:15-ish. Okay, and we've got these other days.
She has a game this Saturday.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Jennifer, can you mute again, please?
Yeah, I'm going to. She doesn't realize she's talking. Okay, so we have Monday, June 20th will be the next one, and then Monday, September 19th. Okay, So those will all, and like I say, we start at noon. We used to meet at George's and Keystone Air, or what was it, Binford and Keystone, wherever that is. And we would meet and we'd have lunch, and then we had, but I figured we can do it. We're going to go into breakout rooms. I can't tell you how many we have signed up right now, but we have it posted. Nicole is putting it all over. If you can reshare it, that'll help us immensely. So, and what do they have to do, Nicole, real quick? They put it on the page or they put it in the group?
Well, if they can
Oh.
reshare it, I put it on the page, and then
You
all
put it
they
on.
have to do is share it in the
Okay.
TTR networking page. So
Okay, and she also posts everything on LinkedIn as well, right?
yes.
Okay,
LinkedIn as well.
so, and then we have, thank you, Nicole. You do so much for us in that
Oh.
respect. Well, I mean, there are people finding our stuff, and it's not because I'm putting it out there. So we have the Westfield Networking Group Visitor Day. We already said that, but thank you, Tim, for giving us a highlight, because I do think that will be a great meeting. And that is on a week from, no, it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. I cannot believe that. It's just, oh my gosh, what's my brain doing? And that's Brendan Preston. And that's all about the power of stories. And then we have Larry Levine. I already said that. Now we have future meetings. One thing about Larry Levine is if you want a copy of the book, go to sellingfromtheheart.net. And there is literally a link, or there is an option to get an autographed copy of Selling from the Heart, the book, I'm sorry. So go do that. Please do that, because we've had him, and literally it's what we're all talking about every day. Being authentic, caring about relationships, all that stuff. That's what that book is. And you can listen to it on Audible. You don't even have to do it that way if you don't want to, but get your copy of it autographed. And I don't know when he started doing that, but it's pretty awesome. Our next meeting is going to be, as of this moment, it is the second Tuesday. They're always the second Tuesday of the month, and it's going to be April 12th. And then I have these dates. I will probably, I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll send you this agenda, but I always try to keep you up to date on that. So it'll be April 12th. And then they're always going to be the second Tuesday. I already said that. Anybody got any questions or anything? I know it's 5 o'clock. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who's able to jump on. Is there anything I missed? I gotta stop sharing. Wait a minute. I want to see everybody's face. Hello. I know we've lost some people. Anything, ladies? Did I miss anything?
No, just want to thank y'all for everything.
Yeah.
So,
Erica, are you able to stay on for a minute? Is she there? Erica. Well, I'm going to stay on for a minute with Erica. I think everybody else fell off. All right, guys, have a good day.
bye.
Stop recording.
great
Thank
day.
you.
Thank
Oops,
you.
she's gone. I lost her. All right, guys, have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you.